10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Takiro.
Dire team pick.
Alright folks, sorry about that. Just had to increase the delay a bit. And looks like we're back, so the bands have increased. So we have so far Terrorblade, Doom, Witch Doctor, and Ancient Apparition banned from the Dire side. And then we have Timbersaw, Skywrath Mage, Bane, and sorry about
5
that.
seconds remaining.
And Rubik, I'm forgetting names off the top of my head. And so far we have Legion
Reserve
Commander
time.
and Marana. Still early in the draft stage to determine whether or not it'll be a support Marana or a carry Marana. And then on the Radiant side we have Faceless Void, Treant Protector, and Jakiro. So Jakiro doesn't have the best record in the recreational 2014 tournament for those of you who have been following it.
Radiant
And
team pick.
Dire have just picked Kunkka, so maybe we're going to be looking more at a support Marana. And yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Razor.
Dire team pick.
And we have a Razor now on the Radiant side. Razor, a very strong anti-carry, and might be a decent pick when Legion Commander gets in a duel. If Razor's nearby, he can sap the strength during that duel, and hopefully she'll be able to lose it. Though Legion Commander, a bit of a
10
snowball
seconds
character.
remaining.
And we have a Shadow Demon.
Radiant team
Sort of
back.
balances out the Dire main stats. We have 2 strengths, 1 agility, 1 intellect. So, and notably, 2 ranged and 2 melee in Dire.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And the final ban goes out.
Dire team ban.
Centaur Warrunner, final ban on the Radiant side.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And PA is the
Radiant
last band on the
team pick.
Dire side. So, between Radiant's lineup, trying to take a inkling as to what they would want to go for in this last phase. They have a decent balance between ranged and melee, and Razor will help really counterbalance the later hard carry of Legion Commander. So maybe they want to balance this out with a bit more burst damage. They already have
10
Jakiro
seconds remaining.
for decent push during the match.
5 seconds remaining.
So could be something that they want to double down in, either in damage,
Reserve
or maybe go
time.
for someone that's a bit more supporty.
Life Stealer.
And they went with Life Stealer, so
Dire
doubling
team
down
pick.
on the damage, especially late game. Very interesting pick. He'll probably be jungling, which means that we might have maybe a Faceless Void off lane for 90s NYX tape, as well as maybe a tri-lane on for the Razor, though that might be a bit excessive because Razor will probably be mid.
10 seconds remaining.
And the last pick for
5
Dire,
seconds remaining.
Team YOLO, as I believe their acronym is.
Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
And they go with a Spectre. So 2 really hard carry picks at the very end of this match. And here we go. They're going to start picking out teams. So once again, folks, this is the Giantbomb Community Tournament. We have Team 90s NYX tape versus Team YOLO. Their full name being, let's see, I believe it's Triple X 69 Dick Butts Goku 420 Triple X. All they need is a blazon, and they got it perfect. And we'll be loading in once the players are finished picking their spots. Picking their heroes, rather.
Ten seconds remaining.
Really not sure who's going to be the
5
last
seconds
person
remaining.
to pick Jakiro. Alright, and here we go. This is the Giantbomb Community Tournament 2014. Up with me today
Prepare
is,
for battle.
on the Radiant side, we have Deuce rocking the Razor, Blackmore, do the Mana Ray, he's going to be on the Life Stealer. We have Karmic, he's going to be their Treant support, and Undone Bahamut, I believe that's how they said it in Final Fantasy X, he's going to be our Jakiro. Meanwhile, going on the off lane by himself will be Malag Bal on the Faceless Void. And over on the Dire side, we have Nemesis Q on the Kunkka, we have Madhu, hope I said that right, on the Mirana, and then Spectre's going to be played by Eventide. Whoops, sorry, getting used to these controls here. On the Eventide, we have a Spectre. Legion's going to be, looks like solo offlane on the Legion Commander, and then are we going to see a level 1 rush?
30 seconds to battle.
Just looking at their items. No, maybe trying to get a gank. And last but not least, Ultra Bum, he will be playing the Shadow Demon. And already we have a very perplexing strategy coming in from Team 90's NYX tape. We're seeing a ping out here. Looks like both teams might be trying to make sure who gets that bounty rune at the very beginning.
The battle begins.
And
Gold
it
from
looks
my
like
chest.
Kunkka got the bounty rune, which means double damage rune is going to be on the bottom over here.
Double damage.
Double damage rune picked up by Deuce on the Razor. So it looks like mid we're going to be having Kunkka versus Razor. Kunkka is going to have a very interesting time. See, he hasn't picked an ability yet, though if he really wants to push really hard and really zone out.
You get
Razor will
nothing.
probably go for the cleave effect, and no, he went for this torrent, And already we see pings going out. Looks like they're not going to be going for a gank here. Here we see Ultra Bomb. And Razor sees the danger. He's getting out of there, but he's going to get caught. He's caught by the Torrent. Leads up to the static charge. Mirana trying to line up the shot. There goes the Shadow Demon. And she hits the arrow, and he's going to be going down. Will he be able to make it? And First Blood. Shadow Bomb picks up the First Blood. And a very strong start by Team YOLO. Great job by the supports. Meanwhile, down on the bot, we have Jakira's going to be escorting Lifestealer a little bit, while Razor seems to be keeping her distance, knowing that Jakiro can more or less zone her out. So, not quite free farm for Lifestealer, but he's going to have a much easier time as compared to Legion Commander. Meanwhile, up top, we see Faceless Void and Spectre going toe-to-toe, and already we see Mirana and Shadow Demon getting ready for another gank. And just biding their time, really. Especially now that Faceless Void knows what's up. And just there we saw a ping going out. And he knows he can't really go beyond that river, otherwise he's going to be more or less caught in a world of hurt. Meanwhile, back bot, we have Lifestealer. He's going to be dragging them towards his range of creeps. And we see Carmack, he's going to be building... sorry, I thought he was building creep stacks. It looks like he's just slowing down the rate of creeps to keep the creep waves in his favor. Legion Commander going around. Very good offensive rune. Getting really good distance. We'll be able to more or less see all of the creep stacking and jungleness that goes on over there.
The prize is mine!
Mirana picks up the illusion rune.
Illusion!
Oh, sorry, Kunkka grabbed the illusion rune. Mirana grabbed the bounty rune. So that's going to be a nice boost for her. She already has her boots of speed, so she'll be able to help chase down. Here we look at the items, and Faceless Void almost ready for his boots of speed if he's careful. It might be a bit of a risk. He might want to hold on, or just have the courier bring it to him, because if he tries to go to that side shop, there is no way he's going to be able to make it out alive. Especially because he hasn't grabbed the phase walk, I believe, or backtrack, which allows him to dodge a couple abilities. And here we have a push coming down, and yep, Faceless just going to be zoned out. Meanwhile, back in the mid, we have Deuce. Seems to be doing okay. He has a creep score of about 13 now, compared to Kunkka, who has about 11. And we see pings going down. And it looks like we're going to be a bit... Nope. Just going to keep farming on the Lifestealer. And it looks like Karmic's just going to keep hanging out in the jungle. But it looks like... Oh! So it looks like they caught it. So they found the offensive ward in the Radiant jungle, which more or less kills Legion Commander's vision. So she's going to have a really hard time keeping up. And Jakiro just sort of zoning her out with a couple of hits. Letting that Lifestealer get his farm. He's already... he already has his phase walk boots. Which is going to be really nice for him. And yep, there they go. Let's see here. Nemesis misses the torrent. And we're going to have runes going up, so immediately Razor's going to be going to top lane, and he gets the regen rune. Karmic manages to point out the bounty rune, and he'll just take it for himself.
What sort of prize is this?
And we see a ping going out. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Faceless Void not really able to get too much farm. Only has a creep score of about 7. And much like Legion Commander, only has a creep score of 6. If we go over to the net worth, it's a little early, but we can still see. Razor, Lifestealer and Spectre really benefiting from the escorts they got in their respective lanes. Wondering if we're going to see a rotation from either Jakiro or maybe Treant Protector, just give him Faceless Void a little bit more push. But it's more or less free farm at this point for Eventide. And we see Shadow Fiend, he's going to be moving mid, it looks like, unless he's completely going and rotating bot. And looks like
Radiant's
he's just going to hang
bottom
out here.
tower is under
Nemesis
attack.
is backing up a little bit, maybe wants Razor to overcommit. And, yep. Just a quick static charge. And already we have a pause. And this is when I stretch. Hopefully it was not a tactical pause. Ping coming out from Faceless Void, so not quite sure if it was tactical in nature. But Nope, we have a DC from Shadow Fiend. And let's just take a second to look at the graphs. So, still very early in this match, only 5 minutes in. Slight experience lead for Team 90's NYX tape. And go over here to the gold. Just another small lead, really very early in this stage, but it looks like Shadow Fiend is back. We got the G's, and match is gonna resume. So we had a rotation. Mirana actually moved bot. Looks like I missed that earlier. And 40 seconds for another rune, so it looks like she might be going in. Looks like they might be going in on another gank on Razor, but it was caught by Razor, and it looks like they're going to try and turn this into a counter gank, try and get Mirana, who was probably told by Kunkka that he was moving away, so she recognizes the jig is up. Though she's still lingering. Not much she can do, Trian, so he's just going to wail on her. Really strong hit at first. Slight. And it's just sort of looks like it's a couple of warning shot, but Mirana hasn't backed away. And there she goes. She's about to move. And some goose guarding around the rune. And bounty rune picked up by Kunkka. And this might be really bad for Juice. He dodges the arrow. Shadow Fiend drops his poison, but he's really countering the hit. He pops his ult. He's stealing damage from Kunkka. One more hit. He actually might be able to take down one of them. There goes Mirana. Mirana is out, and he might be able to take him out, but he backs off. Very good counter engagement by Razor, and that's the first kill for Radiant. Very good Seed of Life coming in from the Treant Protector, and it looks like he's rotating top. He hit the haste rune that was over at bot, but Mirana's coming top. She recognizes he might need a little bit of assistance, and here comes Treant Detector. He's just going to wail on Eventide. Eventide's getting out of there. And this is actually not... might be bad, and Treant manages to get away. Faceless Void got a little bit of farm. He's still not quite level 6, but all around, decent engagement by 90's NYX tape. And let's see, we go back to mid, and we have Razor. Still getting that farm. Let's see what his items are. He's got his bottle. It looks like he's got phase boots ready. He's going to be really fast when he pops that cooldown. And it looks like he's already got his magic wand as well. He's got a creep score now of 41, which is pretty good. But if you look at the net worth, Lifestealer, creep score of 63, really doing really well here. And then
Middle is missing.
going back to Legion Commander, who is having a pretty tough time in this lane, does have the boots of speed, only about 75, 80 gold away from the power boots. Oops, and we got a ping going on over here. Wondering if they detect that Ultra Bum sees that the ward is there. Wondering if he can get someone to drop a Sentry Rune. Otherwise, Faceless Void, complete vision of that area. He's calling for a kill. He really wants to get them to go. And power treads for Legion Commander. And it looks like Mirana's backing off, as well as Shadow Fiend. And they might be rotating Min again, and they go for the rune. Razor's gonna get the bounty rune this time. See how much it gives him. And he's bottled it for later. And of course I missed it when he actually popped it. A couple of Sentry Runes dropped by Treant Protector. And Spectre's doing okay on her farm. I wonder if she's going to be rushing a Radiance at this point. Radiance works really well on Spectre, I'm told. Largely because each illusion, when she pops her ult, which is named Haunt, whenever she pops Haunt, each of those illusions will get the Radiance trigger. Looks like no items for Faceless Void as well. If he's saving for a Midas, then he has enough for the recipe, so wondering what he might be able to buy there. Let's take another quick look at the XP graph. So still XP is relatively simple, not too much of an advantage. And then going back to gold, we're starting to see 90's NYX tape really creep up there. And they just hit 2,000. And we got an invisibility rune popped by Kunkka. Let's see if he's going to be rotating a bit, or it might have just been the auto pop from the game. Presumably Razor might have seen him, just as the rune popped. Otherwise, this is going to be a pretty Pretty painful gank, but it looks like, oh, they might be rotating bottom. Legion Commander, who has already passed the river, though not by much. And nope, just a couple of warning shots by Jakiro. And Jakiro's dot is really helping Lifestealer keep with that farm. Earlier when Treant was holding back the creep waves, it was really letting him kill the creeps relatively fast and more or less control this lane. And this is more or less... Oh, look at this! Faceless Void was caught out of position, it looks like. Ron's popping roll. He gets the time, Chronosphere off, and he's gonna run away. He might make it his... And there goes the time walk. He managed to pop away. He should be able to survive, especially if he pops a tree. But Spectre is chasing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Decided against it. Just a little warning shot, and it looks like the bounty rune is on the top lane. And we see a push for a tower going on, and
Dire's structures are
gonna be
fortified.
contested by Team YOLO. And another ping going out. And Kunkka's gonna pick up the bounty rune. We got 71 gold and a bit of XP, and looks like Eventide's gonna be doing a bit of free farm. Nope. Looks like Faceless Void's coming in. He knows it's uncontested,
Radiant's
so he's gonna take a couple of
courier has
shots.
been killed.
And the Radiant Courier was just killed. Phase Blitz complete on the Kunkka, and Faceless Void can actually take down, and he's not gonna be able to. Just too many creeps. Had a great opportunity being able to take down Spectre, but Spectre realized it wasn't gonna work out. Let the creeps just continue their harassment, and he had to back off. And here we see bot. Now it looks like Legion Commander is going to get a little bit of farm. Legion Commander has power treads, has a shield, also has the Orb of Venom, which will help slow down whoever she hits as well, adding a little bit of a dot. And it looks like, not quite, looks like they're going to be a push. And here we see Legion Commander. Looks like he's been pinged, caught out by Treant Protector, and Razor is moving bot as well. And it looks like they're all going to back off on Team Dire. And they had their fun. Legion Commander got a bit of farm, and it's going to be another bounty rune for Kunkka. Kunkka doing relatively well this lane. He doesn't
Radiant's
have the best
middle
creep
tower
score,
is under attack.
but he's getting all those runes. He's getting a majority of the bounty runes, actually. And looks like it's going to be a bit of free farm.
Dire's top tower is under
And
attack.
Faceless Void actually bought a bunch of things. Finishes power treads, as well as got an additional glove of haste. Actually makes me wonder if he actually is going to be going for a Midas at this point. Going for the long game. We have a couple of pings going down mid. Ron is ready to launch an arrow. There goes the arrow, but it's going to miss, as well as the farm. But he is hurt pretty bad. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of here. Ghost Ship goes down, and that's going to be it for Razor.
Dire's bottom tower
Spectre
has
pinging
fallen.
out top lane. Looks like Faceless Void rotated mid, trying to throw. Could have thrown a Chronosphere that would have been able to freeze all three. Here comes another torrent. He's going to get caught, but looks like there's going to be no follow-up, and we see a ping going out. Looks like they dropped a ward around Roshan. Roshan's new location is part of 6.82.
Radiant's top tower is
As you
under
can see, it lets you
attack.
drop a ward. And they've got pretty good vision. Might be able to see the Ancient stack. Doesn't look like they'll be able to see inside Roshan. But they'll be able to see whoever enters it, more or less. And if Faceless Void's going for a Midas, he's about halfway there. It looks like Razor's going to be building towards a Mechanism. Mechanism, pretty good item on Razor, especially since as he gets strong, more and more sort of anti-carry late game, the extra armor as well as the health boost will really help, especially in the mid game. Turn the tide of a fight. And Karmic, over at the tree, just getting a bit of farm. Spectre rotating top as well. He may not want to push this a bit forward. Might get caught out of position. And the bounty rune is bot this time, and it looks like it's going to be going
Dire's
to Faceless
middle
Void.
tower
Legion
is
Commander
under
finally
attack.
getting a bit of free farm. So they have a bit of catching up to do.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Another fortification by
Dire's middle tower is
Team
under
YOLO.
attack.
They're pinging out the Shadow Fiend. Here comes a Ghost Ship. He's going to be caught. Lifestealer was caught, but he pops his BTV effect, and here goes the Shadow Fiend, and there goes a duel. Looks like he might not be able to be... Oh, and we got to pause. Shadow Fiend has disconnected once again. But just in the middle of that, Chronosphere locked in. Looks like it locked out Mirana from helping, and then Legion Commander initiated a duel with Faceless Void, and the Faceless Void actually managed to win the duel, so that's going to be a bonus, a little bit of bonus damage for him. He's going to be getting 10, which will really help, considering his farm was not the best in this early phase. And once this pause re-engages, I'm wondering what's going to be happening to Kunkka. Looks like cooldown for Razor's ult is ready, though I'm fairly certain there isn't enough follow-through damage to be able to take out Kunkka. Mirana might be able to throw... No, her arrow's on cooldown as well. And here we go, Shadow Fiend is back. And Twine's gonna catch Razor, and it caught Faceless Void, and it looks like they're gonna be backing off. Kunkka managed to make it away. Again, not too much follow-up damage, managed to give Kunkka a leg up and managed to escape from that. And we see Razor,
Radiant's
he's
bottom
teleporting.
tower is under attack.
Looks like they're both rotating top. They might want to be going for that Spectre, who's more or less been getting a lot of farm during this early phase. Spectre, yep, he's going to be rushing a
Radiant's
radius.
bottom
Sacred Relic is
tower
done.
is under attack.
Should be a little bit more gold than he'll have, and he'll have his Radiance. We see ping going out from Legion Commander over in the middle, asking for help because he wants his farm, because he's really close to that Radiance. And here we see Kunkka and Shadow Demon have responded, and it looks like they're going to be pushing for a tower again on Team 90's
Dire's
NYX
top
tape.
tower is under attack.
Now the glyph is already popped, so if they really focus this down, they'll be able to take it out, especially with Jakiro, who's just going to melt away at that tower. Yep. Oh, and they popped the glyph. Cooldown on it
Dire's
went away.
structures are fortified.
Okay, X marks the spot, followed by a ghost ship. It's going to be hitting the tree because it got
Dire's
top.
top tower has fallen.
Legion Commander pops her speed move,
Radiant's
passive ice,
middle
doesn't
tower
catch
is
anyone.
under attack.
Lifestealer manages to catch. Looks like Steve Windland's going to be going down. And there goes Legion Commander. And a great time walk by Faceless Boy. Managed to slow down Kunkka. Kunkka's path. Great path of ice. Locks down Kunkka. Faceless Boy manages to recover. And they're going to be chasing down that Shadow Fiend. He might be able to make it. Oh, and the arrow from Mirana misses. Unable to follow through. And that's going to be 3 people for none by Team 90's NYX tape. And Spectre throwing down her Spectre trail. And great engagement by Team 90's NYX tape. Great coordination. Manages to completely control that team fight. Legion Commander caught a position, and then the Path of Ice just manages to lock down Kunkka. And the bounty room is bottom, and it looks like no one's going to be taking it right now. It was a very good time walk by Faceless Void. It looks like he's going to be working on... What the Mithril Hammer? Looks like Lifestealer and Treant Protector are going to be joining the mid. Treant might be going to drop a ward. He's got one. Yep. Now he's got Vision of the Rune. Now Team Radiant has knowledge of the bounty rune on the bottom. Let's see if Faceless Void wants. He might be going to right now. And just trying to get a little farm. And looks like they're going to defend Jakiro because they know this Legion Commander is more or less by himself. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a rotation. And we see Faceless Void, Jakiro, and Legion Commander backs out of there. And we see a giant drawing. Razor recognizes Spectre. At least some of the Team YOLO was in the Dire jungle. He managed to point out that Spectre and Shadow Demon at the time are there. And we see a smoke coming up. Wondering if they're going to go and try and gank. It wasn't seen by Team Radiant. But they're going to have to be kind of careful. It looks like they're going to be going through the Ancient stack and try and catch anyone, basically, by the Tier 1 mid tower. But they caught Treant Protector, and it's going to be... Yep, he's thrown down, he's been trapped. Arrow goes out, and he gets caught. That's going to be it for the Treant Protector. And what's really important here, Legion Commander managed to win the duel. And that's a nice
Dire's
nice
structures
perk.
are fortified.
And it looks like I missed Razor taking out Spectre, and Spectre immediately bought back. So that's not a good trade for Team YOLO. Smoke gank for Treant Protector and losing your Spectre is not going to be the best.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there goes the
Dire's
Tier 2
bottom
bottom.
tower has fallen.
Taken up by Legion Commander and Lifestealer.
Dire's
Mirana
middle
tried to do what
tower
they
is
could,
under
if
attack.
she could.
Radiant's
There was a glyph.
structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just taking a look at the XP chart. Still relatively good XP. It looks like we might be having an engagement here. Lifesteal is caught down. Path of Ice manages to catch both Kunkka and Shadow Demon. And there goes the Chronosphere. All three are trapped. Excellent Chronosphere by Moloch Bai. And there goes Kunkka. Legion Commander tries to jump in. Great ult by Treant Protector. And another Path of Ice misses pretty much everyone. But Legion Commander dies just as they win the duel. And they're going to be going for the Shadow Demon. Looks like Eventide manages to get away because he's going to be porting. And the Time Walk manages to catch, and that's going to be it for the Shadow Demon. And it's a 3-for-1 once again by Team 90's NYX tape. Mirana wasn't there. Mirana wasn't there, just trying to catch up a bit on her farm. And that's 2 back-to-back engagements, showing the fight recap. Treant Protector went down, Legion Commander won her duel, but then immediately died right after. And then Kunkka was caught by the Trap of Ice, and really it was just a chase down. And look at all these cooldowns pop. Raiders managed to pop his mech. We see 8 toggles of the armlet. Really good engagement by Team 90's NYX tape. They're asserting their dominance at this point. They don't quite have map control, but it's starting to look scary for
Radiant's
Team
middle
YOLO.
tower is under
If they
attack.
ever want to start farming in their jungle at this point, especially with this offensive ward right here. Great vision in this whole intersection area, as well as right here. And we see that looks like Razor might be going mid. He's got invisibility rune, so if he goes for the bounty, and Ultra Bomb doesn't catch. Razor manages to Heartless Ninja the bounty rune. He catches Ultra Bomb. Ultra Bomb goes into the Lorp, and then Static Charge. And he's gonna back away because he knows he can't chase him down, but Lifesteal is going for it. Mirana's right there. The arrow catches the Lifesteal, but it's not gonna be doing too much. Definitely more of a defensive play. And just after that engagement, let's actually check. And already you see right here another big spike for Team 90's NYX tape. And let's look at the gold. About 7,500 gold lead by Team 90's NYX tape. Pretty good so far, though. 1 or 2 engagements by the Dire, maybe a pick-off here and there, will be able to definitely put them back in the, not necessarily the driver's seat, but then they'll definitely have a say in this fight. It looks like Maelstrom was just completed by Faceless Void. That's definitely going to help if he manages to pop a Chronosphere that catches multiple people. Legion Commander just got her blink. That's going to be good for her. Be able to jump in, catch a weak foe, do a duel, and then that's more damage. I think so far Legion Commander has won 2 duels. Yep. Managed to win 2 duels and lost 1. Which went to, I believe, the... Yep, it went to the Faceless Void. You see at this point, this is just a great emphasis on how great the farm for Lifestealer and Spectre were at the very beginning of this match. And just going back up to their net worth, you see how that translates. Lifestealer and Razor at the top, followed by Spectre. Looks like we might be seeing an engagement mid, maybe. A couple of pings going out. Team YOLO sees the double damage rune is there. Lifestealer manages to grab the bounty rune. He's got a Sange. Wonder if he's gonna go for. Yep, he's gonna go for a Sange and Yasha build. That's gonna be really helpful with the mid game. And here we see both Kunkka and Legion Commander are sort of pooling around where the tier 1 mid tower was. And Jakiro managing to maintain his push. An Aghanim Scepter has just been completed on the Razor. That's going to be really huge for him. For those of you who don't know, Aghanim Scepter will actually target buildings as well as players, depending on who Razor is targeting. So this will really help with already their great pushing power that's on Team 90's NYX tape. And we see a line being drawn by Razor. It looks like he's calling for a push mid. And we see Spectre is going to TP top, try and get a bit of farm. Looks like Razor knows. Calling out a ping, wants to see Razor was there. Or sorry, Legion Commander was there, but she's going to be backing out. They're going to be moving mid.
Dire's
There goes
middle
the ult.
tower
There you
is
see
under
the
attack.
ult for Razor hitting the tier 2 tower. And we got a Mirana ult, so they can try and stop their way through.
Dire's
turret doesn't hit
structures
anyone.
are fortified.
And there goes the Chronosphere, manages to catch Shadow Fiend and Kunkka. And there goes Path of Fire. The Path of Ice manages to trap Kunkka, but he's not hit by it. Ghost Ship goes out. Faceless Void manages to dodge the manages to stop the Ghost Ship. Karmic is down. We'll see if he lost the duel or not, but that's going to be it for the Faceless Void. And pretty bad engagement by Team 90's NYX tape. And that's might be it for the Razor. Nope, he manages to pop his burst, and he's going to be bouncing out. No! Spectre manages to get the kill. Triple kill for Spectre. That's 4 for 1, and we have another disconnect from Shadow Fiend. Wondering if we're going to see a pause really
Radiant's
soon.
bottom tower is under attack.
Very good engagement. This is exactly the engagement that Team Triple X 69 Dick Butts 420 Goku Triple X needed. There's going to be quite a bit of downtime. They'll definitely be able to grab this tier 1 mid tower for the time that both Lifestealer and Faceless Void are out. They might not be able to grab that tier 2 mid. Razor's more or less okay. He's got 12 seconds left on the cooldown of his mech, and he should be able to at least delay the push long enough. And some sportsmanship going on. And captain of Team YOLO, Steve Winwood, just confirming that unfortunately Shadow Fiend does not have the best internet. And Nemesis Q chiming in that he bought it from Walmart. So why don't we take a moment? I know we just recently looked at the XP charts, but here you can definitely see, despite the Giant Games pause logo, that engagement was really critical for Team YOLO. Look at the plummet in the XP difference after that 4 for 1 trade. And the trade's going to continue because they're also going to get a bit of gold when they take down that tier 1 tower. And here we see a very reasonable gap has been established, or the gap has been reasonably closed down a little bit by Team YOLO. It's still really close, and what we see here might be just a slight momentum swing, but definitely an advantage for Team YOLO swag. Not YOLO swag, just Team YOLO. As they try and take this tier 2 or tier 1 mid. Going down here, we'll see halfway health on the bottom tier 1 mid. Doesn't look like the case will be able to take that out. And Bounty Rune is available top. And looks like we're getting the all clear? Nope. That was... Oh, looks like Shadow Fiend will be reconnecting. Once again, thank you for joining us on this best of 3 of the Giantbomb Community Tournament 2013. Shadow Fiend is out, or has returned rather. And looks like we should be going back to the action soon. Here, let's look at the net worth. You can see Spectre has really picked up the gold. Spectre finished the Radiance, now has a lot of gold. Not quite sure what for at this point. Maybe it's a Divine Rapier throw. We can only hope. Right behind Spectre, though, is the Lifestealer, who's getting pretty beefy. Has the Sanj, has the Yasha, just needs the recipe at this point. And we're getting the all G's, and it looks like the match is going to resume. So let's see if they'll be able to, Team YOLO be able to take out this tier 1 mid. The answer to that rhetorical
Radiant
question is
structures
probably
are
yes.
fortified.
Eventide might want to attack the creep so he doesn't get hurt anymore.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The Legion
attack.
Commander doesn't have to take that damage. A lot of it was
Radiant's
unnecessary.
middle
There
tower
was the tier,
has fallen.
tier 1 mid, sorry. Jakiro calls out the invisibility rune, so it looks like both teams now know the bounty rune is top, though at this point it may not be very Razor managing to push back, and it looks like Legion Commander is going to go back to the Dire Jungle and farm. Looks like Lifestealer has completed the Sanj and Yasha, and Mirana has just completed a Yules. That is really going to help with the lockdown on Team YOLO. And ping goes out. They both see that Spectre and Legion Commander are farming in the Dire Jungle, wondering if they can capitalize on this. It's a bit of a risky play on Eventide at this point because they really haven't asserted back map control. They won one engagement, but already the rest of Team 90's NYX tape is back up and ready to go. And we see that Faceless Void as well as Bahamut, Undone Bahamut, is pushing back the lane, the bottom lane. Karmic pinging out in the middle. Notice Karmic hasn't really been using his tree stealth too much this game. Admittedly, he's only using level 1. And ping goes out for top lane. Looks like they're going to be joining them. Lifestealer keeping up the great farm. Creep score of about 180, and there goes the smoke. Wasn't caught by no runes or no wards to speak of, so it wasn't caught. And this is going to be really bad for Mirana. She casts the ult, but it's no use. Easy kill. Easy kill. Razor taking the time to finish this creep stack. And we see a general transition bot by Team YOLO. Just take a second to look at the items we have. So we have Sanchin Yasha, phase boots, and the armlet, as well as the drums on Lifestealer. He's doing very well farm-wise. And then looks like Yule's complete, and Eventide really doing really well so far in their farm, especially considering how good things have been going. But we have an engagement top. Looks like going to be trying to take this tier 2 mid. This is the last tier 2 mid tower, or tier 2 top, sorry. This is the last tier 2 tower. And backing off for now, but Arrow manages to hit Razor. Razor is hurt pretty bad, but it doesn't look like there's any follow-through. Path of Ice managed to capture both Legion Commander and Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon goes down. Jakiro is out. Chronosphere manages to capture Kunkka and completely phases out Spectre. Spectre's got to retreat for now. No able to follow up. Steve Winwood manages to revive, but this is turning into a bad counter engagement for Team 96 tape. In comes the Lifestealer, manages to take down Kunkka. This is very tanky. Steve Winwood, can't tell if he won that duel. It was super fast, but this is going to be we're on the verge of a 5-man wipe. Lifestealer managing to make it away, but that Radiance is just chewing away at his health. And he tried to go for the deny, but Spectre manages to win. Manages to grab the kill. So that was an ultra kill by Spectre. Great engagement. Brilliant engagement by Team Dire. And this is exactly what they needed at this phase in the game. It was really close, but they only lost 2, and it was a 5-man team wipe for 90s NYX tape. And just looking at the charts real quick, and immediately we see the graph has just swayed in the favor of Dire. It's only a small advantage of experience, but if we go to the gold, already that gap just gets smaller and smaller with each engagement. Very good job by Team Dire. And they're going to take the moment that they can to get some farm. And Spectre just gets beefier and beefier. Seeing the net worth 1,500 on Spectre. That's very good. Looking at the XP per minute. Decent XP per minute by Spectre. Really taking full advantage of that early laning phase. Pretty much unrivaled. If we look at the GPM, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something very similar. Let's see here. 560, that's really good. Very much needed for a Spectre. And we're only half hour in. We're still technically in the throes of mid game. But already we have a Spectre who is more or less geared for late game. Looks like Lifestealer just wanted to return his shield to the courier. And we're seeing a bit of a congregation around Roshan. I wonder if there's going to be a push for Rosh by someone. Oh, an arrow went out. And looks like it didn't hit anyone. Preemptive burst of rage from Lifestealer back there. Karmic calls out the regen rune. It's going to be picked up by Razor since he can bottle it. And there's definitely a standoff vibe from both teams. Ultra Bomb just trying to make sure the coast is clear for Legion Commander. And are we going to see a Rosh? It's not the best idea. Definitely being caught. And nope, not going to see a Rosh. But if anyone was paying attention to that section, it was fairly obvious that Shadow Demon managed to drop a ward there. So it's just a matter of them dewarding it. We got a 5-man smoke mid. Wasn't caught by enemy wards. They're going to be, looks like they're going to be going up and through the Dire jungle. This is going to be really good engagement if they can actually get the jump on the team. Here we go. And the smoke has just worn off, and Mirana just popped her ult, so the jig is up. They're going to go, manages to blink away. Time Walk tried on the Faceless Void. And they're going to go, it's an easy kill for the Shadow Demon. Ghost Ship manages to not hurt anyone. Fail boat as Kunkka points out. And Smoke Gank for Shadow Demon, not the best use of a smoke, but he's out for another 20 seconds. And maybe this time they'll actually manage to take down the tier 2 top. Not entirely certain. Legion Commander working towards, got her plate mail. Arrow goes out, is it gonna hit? Managed to hit Karmic. Karmic sees it at the last second. That's gonna be the tier 2 tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And they're just gonna push. Don't think it's a great idea to push for the tier 3 at this point, considering the entire team is ready for them. And we hear a defensive call. Spectre trying to Backdoor, tier 1 bottom, recognizes she's in trouble. He's going to be retreating for now. Manages to hide very far into the trees.
Dire's
Has a
top
TP
tower
skull,
is under
though
attack.
I wonder if it's not going to TP out. Pops the ult, recognizes an easy gank on Karmic. Karmic recognizes, hey guys, I'm alone, I need help.
Regeneration.
Spectre realizes this and manages to take down Karmic.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Jakiro circling this area. Probably predicting the presence of one or two of the players. And definitely a bit of a positioning phase right now as both teams try and get their farm. Just looking at their net worth again. Here. Looks like Razor more or less, a little premature to say, but oh, he just finished, he's got an Eagle Song, so he's going to be building towards a Butterfly, most likely. I don't think Ethereal Blade is a worthy investment for a Razor. And that'll just further help with his already pretty strong tankiness. And we're seeing a couple of pings. Looks like there's going to be another smoke gank.
Radiant's bottom
with the
tower
illusion
is
rune.
under attack.
Now that illusion rune could come in handy if he manages to scare, and they're gonna go for a Roshan. Oh, and they got caught by the illusion. That's exactly what I was talking about. They popped the Chronosphere on the Kunkka illusion, manages to capture the regular Kunkka, but he's gonna get out of there thanks to the Mirana ult and a waste
Radiant's
of a
bottom
Chronosphere
tower is under attack.
by the Faceless Void. He's still only level 2 Chronosphere, so that's gonna be out for a while. I would not go for Rosh at this point. And they're gonna go for it. Very interesting.
Regeneration.
Team YOLO has completely backed off. Just looking over here. They've completely backed off. So damage is a little low on the Roshan, but nope, this is definitely gonna be contested. Spectre's making his way down. Spectre pops his ult. Mirana catches the arrow. It's a stun
Radiant's
on
top
the
tower is under
it's a
attack.
stun for Lifestealer. They're gonna want to back off right now. Shadow Demon dropping his Shadow Poison, and yep, it's a lost cause. Roshan, half health.
Radiant's top
Probably
tower
might-
is under attack.
This next team fight will be pretty critical for Team Dire. If they can actually win this fight, they can definitely push down and take at least 1, maybe 2 towers. We're seeing
Radiant's
pings go
top
out.
tower is under attack.
Looks like the arrow hits Razor, but doesn't look like there's going to be any follow-up, so he'll be okay. You see light comes in. There goes the Spectre ult. That Radiance is just chewing away at the team. Down goes Shadow Demon, manages
Radiant's
to get
bottom
stopped.
tower is under attack.
There goes the front. Ghost Ship manages to lock down Razor. Razor is going down. Razor going down. And there goes Lifestealer. He's not going to make it. The Mirana arrow catches. And there goes the Jakiro. And that is a free Roach. A 5-man team wipe. Excellent play by the Spectre. Pops her ult. Completely throws Team 90's NYX tape into not quite chaos, but enough confusion for them to spring an attack and really lock down as many
Radiant's
people as they
middle
could.
tower is
And that's going to
under
be tier
attack.
2 tower. Considering the time left on the respawns, that might even be a tier 3 tower if they're going to
Radiant
that.
structures are fortified.
Brilliant play. And a 5-man wipe. Completely
Radiant's middle
uncontested.
tower has
Spectre has
fallen.
really changed this game once he managed to get his farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And that's definitely going to be a tier 3 tower. Nothing Team 96 can do. They might even be able to take at
Radiant's
least one of the
middle tower
racks.
has fallen.
Health
Radiant's middle
deteriorates.
barracks are under attack.
Maelstrom picked up by Mirana, so I wonder if we're going to start seeing a bit more
Radiant's middle
damage
barracks
builds coming from
has
here. And that's
fallen.
it. Mid-racks are gone. After controlling this game for the better part of about 9 minutes, and an Eventide managed to get caught in the Chronosphere, but there's not enough damage by Phases' Void, but they are really locked down. Torrent manages to pop him down. Followed by the Yules. That's going to be it for Legion Commander. Can Eventide manage to get away? BKB popped by Phases' Void, and unfortunately the Pathfights managed to miss from Jakiro, so not the best engagement. Could have been a bit more promising. Arrow managed to hit the creep instead of taking that, connecting with Faceless Void or or Razor. And just like that, after about roughly 25-28 minutes of more or less control by Team 90's NYX tape, immediately we see
Bullseye.
late game build of the Spectre
Radiant's bottom
really
tower
coming into
is
handy.
under attack.
Running with that arrow earlier, manages to catch Lifestealer, but they're gonna go for the Roche again. And Roche managed to recover about 15 or 20%
Radiant's
of his
bottom
health.
tower has
They
fallen.
didn't have the damage follow through last time. I'm not sure they'll be able to take it out.
Bullseye.
Radiant's top
Rana
tower
managed to
is
catch
under
the
attack.
Jakiro. But looks like Roche might be... Roche is going to go down. Doesn't look like anyone will be able to niche it. And there goes the damage. Who's going to get it? Lifestealer managed to pick up the Aegis of the Immortal, but it's a waste because the entire team goes down. Faceless Void backs out. Duel is initiated by the Lifestealer, but the Faceless Void manages to go down. Razor is down as well. The Aegis is wasted, and that is going to be another 15, 14 points for the Legion Commander. And there's nothing the Lifestealer can do. He is going down very fast. Eventide, just on a brilliant streak so far. And Bounty Rune gets to be claimed as a prize by the Shadow Demon for that Roche. Let's just take a look at the XP after that. Here we have a look at how the game has shifted right at the more or less right at the 18-20 minute mark. We definitely saw the game just shift in favor of Team Dire, and that was a 15,000 XP gap between the two teams. And gold is 10,000, just over 10,000. This game is fairly in favor of Team Dire at this point. Kunkka manages to pick up a Daedalus, so that's going to really help with his cleave damage. And this is definitely going to be a tier 2 mid tower. Look at just
Radiant's
Spectre
bottom tower is
shred
under attack.
through those creeps. And I have Scotty's completed on the Spectre, and that is very, very, very good farm. Well farmed, Spectre. Kiro just going to try and lay a path of ice. Not much he can do except try and trap them in. Maybe throw down his ult.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Spectre
Radiant
popping the ult.
structures
The
are
radiance
fortified.
of the illusions can really just melt away at the creeps. And it looks like Team YOLO is just going to back off for now. We see Mirana is going to keep farming top for a bit. Maybe get a little bit more damage to follow through, though they're already pretty decent on damage. Legion Commander has 58 damage from all their duels, and hasn't lost too many of them. Look at the net worth. Eventide, 24,000
Radiant's
gold.
bottom
That is a
tower
farm
is under
Spectre.
attack.
They have definitely... Team 96 tape has definitely sort of plateaued, and Legion Commander managed to keep the Assault Curious. And that's really going to help with the armor debuff, especially if Mirana, not likely since it tends to go more with the Kara build, but if Mirana were to get the Desolator, that would just eat away at the armor, especially of Razor, who's probably their tankiest hero. Let's just see the gold per minute. I imagine it's even higher, still 660-ish gold per minute on the Spectre. It's gone up since the last time we checked. And XP per minute, 711. That is a huge amount for a player. And we see a rotation top. Looks like they're going to be trying taking out this top lane. I honestly don't think there's too much that Team 90's NYX tape can do at this point. It looks like we see Demon Edge on Faceless Void. Maybe it's a Divine Rapier. Could be going for the Desperation push. But other than that, they try and lock down the Eventide. Eventide's not moving. Deuce is just gonna melt away. Look at that torn fall by a Ghost Ship. Legion Commander went for the easy duel and managed to destroy Jakiro, and there goes Razor right after. And it looks like Faceless Void ran in with a Chronosphere, couldn't do anything, and Lifestealer's gotta get out of there. He got caught as well. There goes Karmic on the tree, and that's another 5-man team wipe. I think that's 3 5-man team wipes in a row. That is a really, really hard engagement at this point. And that's definitely going to be
Radiant's
tier
top
3.
tower has
And there goes
fallen.
the GG! And that's it! Team XXX69 Dick Butts,
Radiant's top tower
Goku 420 Blazing
victory.
wins the first round in this best of 3 in the Giantbomb Community Tournament. And very, very interesting game. Really a game of two halves when you think about it. And Team 90's NYX tape with a very good advantage at the beginning manages to lose that advantage just from great Spectre plays that takes it in the second half of the match. And that's it for this round. We'll see you again in this next best of 3. Thanks.